Thank you for joining us for the previews and predictions. 2-minute drill that'll take probably 5-6 minutes, Freddie. We're talking about a big one, a huge revenge game for St. Francis, the number 1 ranked team in the Pasadena Star News area. They are going on the road to Cal High to take on Serna, their Achilles heel. Serna is 2-1, but here's the thing, Freddie. Serna's given St. Francis its exit from the playoffs in each of the last 2 years. You just know St. Francis wants a crack at turning the tables on these guys.
Yeah, they want to crack and they want to get it done. I mean, this has got to be one of those games that has just frustrated Coach Jim Bonds, because they've had some pretty good teams the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And they've been set up. I thought in divisions they were very capable of winning, ending that long drought, getting a title for St. Francis. So yeah, they're going to go back over there. They're going to do it again, and I don't even know if you'd call them the favorite this week. I think Serna is coming off a big win last week. I think we talked right before we came on. Their only loss was a team out of the section that was a very good team. Was it La Costa Canyon or La?
That was their first loss, in week 0. La Costa Canyon, a team from Carlsbad, 30-21. So.
And they're one of those schools, Serna, like La Mirada, for a public school. They just reload. They're a program that they get the players in, they get it done.
It's their system.
It's almost, in some ways, to me, a little bit more impressive than La Mirada. Because I don't think they do it with the type of player that La Mirada does. You're right,
that's a good point.
It is more system.
Even though La Mirada destroyed them in last year's
and they've been able to,
championships.
Yeah, but they've been able to. But in the past, La Mirada's been able to take on big teams and win games you didn't think they were. And
Serna has 2 though.
What they do.
Serna has 2 though. I mean, a few years ago they beat Westlake, a D1 team. So, but Serna, Freddie, the thing is that the numbers stay the same. The last names on the back of the jerseys change, and the results stay the same. That's the thing. This program does what it does. They've done it with Frankie Palmer. They've done it with 2 quarterbacks since then. They just keep rolling. It's a wing tee offense where they can kind of throw out of it. They do what they do, and they do it well. And that's what kind of, I think, got the best of St. Francis in last year's semifinals, and maybe even the year before. I'm sure Serna's going into this game thinking, hey, you know what we did to these guys last year, we're going to be able to do to them again.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case, because St. Francis, when I saw them against West Covina, they have a really nice defense, Freddie. They have one of the better linebackers in the area, and Max Gateway. They have a really nice defense, and now they have the QB, Michael Bonds. Yeah. This guy can throw it all over the yard. And I don't think Jim Bonds, the head coach, has unleashed him yet. I don't think they've really gotten deep into the playbook.
Well, they probably haven't had to. You play.
Yeah, right. They played West Covina and Pasadena, and they've won both games in blowouts.
Yeah.
This is going to be much different. You're going to see everything St. Francis has at its disposal in this game.
Yeah.
And the running back, Jace Herrick, missed against West Covina. They expected him back last week. We expect that he'll play this week. That entices things even more.
Yeah.
This is a heck of a matchup, Freddie, because it's on the road. It's at Cal High. Serna's going to bring their big crowd. When it comes to picking this game, I'm going to side with St. Francis, but I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a sucker bet, or pick.
I like what Serna's already done. The teams that they faced, the win that they had last week.
Miracosta and La Costa Canyon are way better than
I think they're a little bit more prepared for this game. The speed, the athlete than St. Francis is. I think I watched West Covina against South Hills on Saturday, and I saw 2 teams that were not what they once were. West Covina took care of South Hills, but 2 programs that are really down. And in Pasadena, I think that was a close game at half that they turned into a rout, or was at least a close game for a while, which you expect in games like that. When you're that much better, they just come out and knock you out in the first quarter and the game is over. That didn't happen. So I have some reservations with St. Francis. They're stepping up big time against an opponent that they haven't seen the likes of in the first 2 weeks. I just think Serna's going to be more prepared. I think they have that mental ownership maybe over St. Francis too.
That's what worries me. But the thing is if you give Bonds and that coaching staff now their 3rd crack at this team, they're not going to screw it up a 3rd time.
I don't know.
I just don't think so.
I think 2 years ago was his best team, and they didn't get it done.
You might be right. But listen, in that game, they had lost their quarterback the week before to a collarbone injury, and Lacerna took advantage. But a lot of people said, hey, it didn't matter because the quarterback didn't play defense that year for St. Francis, and St. Francis just could not stop Lacerna's offense. And that's what kind of happened in the second half of last year's game. Again, I think Jim Bonds is sitting there going into this game saying, this team, Lacerna, has not seen over the years a passing attack like what we have. We can go in there with this pass attack and find room, find things that we can do. And if Bonds unleashes Bonds in this game and lets him just throw the ball over the yard and just see if Lacerna's back seven can stop a pass attack like this, a sophisticated pass attack, then St. Francis is going to be all right. If Bonds lets them do that.
I mean, definitely.
That's what's interesting about this game.
It's the mental game. They've got to get over that hump. Absolutely.
I'm telling you, want this game.
I'm still taking Lacerna. I like Serna.
Right.
I like who they've played.
Look,
and I just think they're going
this is going to be a good game. I mean, it just shapes up as that. Everything you look at here, this figures to be the biggest test. Well, this is going to be the biggest test that St. Francis has had to date. And it might be just that for Lacerna as well when all things are said.
I think that should be a Stevie Ramirez special, don't you?
I think he should cover that instead of St. Paul Bishop Amon. I think definitely just his game of the week type stuff.
I do think this is a game we may have to talk about it because you're getting me fired up right now just talking about it. Right. Well, there we go. So Lacerna hosting St. Francis. This is at Cal High on Friday night, 7 o'clock. Everybody get out there. This could be a preview of something you'll see in the D3 playoffs later this year.